guys, thank you for being here today. I, requested to have you, Klaus Hernandez, as a real estate broker here, and also Aaron Cabrera as an insurance specialist, to talk today about the Hurricane Harvey stigma and the fear that a lot of our Houstonian buyers and sellers are facing. So, to start off, Klaus, can you give us a little bit of background about you and your experience in the Houston area being a broker?
Yes, Beatriz. First, I want to say thank you, Beatriz, for giving me the opportunity to come over here and talk a little bit about how the real estate market is doing right now after Harvey. My name is Klaus Hernandez. I'm a real estate broker for Klaus Homes, and I've been selling houses for many, many years, going on 18 years. I'm pretty familiar with the Houston market and seeing its ups and downs.
Awesome. And Aaron, can you give us a little bit of background about what you do? You did say that you were with Goosehead Insurance, correct?
Correct. I work with Goosehead Insurance. I've been with Goosehead for 4 years. I've been in the insurance business for 14 years.
Awesome.
So going with Goosehead has been more of a, we're able to offer way much more coverage. So we're definitely good with the home side of the insurance. So,
okay.
Definitely.
So I know that you specialize in home insurance. You also do other insurances as well?
Correct. Home,
okay.
Auto, life, commercial, everything.
Okay.
Everything insurance, bone insurance, everything.
Awesome. So if buyers want to bundle all that, they can.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Good. And you guys know obviously what I do. I'm a loan officer and I specialize in the home financing. So it's important and it's crucial for me to have people with experience like you guys to be able to make the buyer's experience a lot smoother, a lot faster, and better overall. So if you don't mind me asking you guys, okay, with everything that's happened in the recent year, okay, and last year actually, August, what day was it, 23rd? 23rd of 2017, when Hurricane Harvey hit the Houston area, we began to see a lot of changes in the real estate market, in particular in properties, okay, and we experienced it in the mortgage industry firsthand, because anybody who was selling their homes prior to Hurricane Harvey now had to stop that loan, and it was no longer able to go through. Okay, yes. Homes had to be re-inspected. Properties, we had to make sure they weren't flooded or damaged due to Hurricane Harvey. And you might have experienced some losses as far as sellers, maybe if you had listings at the time, or people that were buying. Right?
Yes, I had a couple of loans that didn't go through or were canceled because due to the homes being flooded.
Right, right. And so, Aaron, as far as the insurance policies go, a lot of people are concerned with if they're buying a home that's in a flood zone now. We see it a lot more where buyers are questioning us. Did that home flood? Did it flood prior to Hurricane Harvey, or did it just flood because of Hurricane Harvey?
Right.
Now, there's been rumors that the flood maps have changed. Is that still true?
It's going to change. It's changing as it's going. I mean, it's just something that they've been telling us they're going to change it, they're going to change it, and they haven't yet. But little by little, you're going to start seeing it as it's going, and then that with those changes comes with different prices now.
Right.
So.
Right. So a lot of times we get buyers that will ask us, especially me and Klaus, because we're dealing with them firsthand. They want to know if that home is in a flood zone. So, me as a mortgage loan officer, I can tell them for sure if that home is in a 100 or 500-year flood zone,
right,
and whether or not that home is actually going to require flood insurance. Because
right,
even though there are homes, and maybe some, that have flooded because of Hurricane Harvey, they may not be in a flood zone. They just, flooded that one time,
right,
and they don't require flood insurance.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So, Klaus, okay, when you work with buyers now, what is the biggest question you get when you take them out to see properties?
When the buyers start asking me, these are the requirements I have, this is the type of house I want, one of the first 3 questions they ask me is, I don't want a flooded home, or please make sure it didn't flood, or please make sure I'm not in a flood zone. That's one of the top 3 questions I'm asked. In the past, it's always been, I want a bigger house, or I want a smaller house, or I have to have a 1-story or a 2-story. Those type of priorities have changed due to Hurricane Harvey. And now the main question is that I don't want a flooded house, or it can't be in a flood zone. That type of thing is what they're asking me. It makes the realtor and the broker do a little bit more work in the front end to make sure that we do our homework and make sure that we do the best that we can to give them homes that haven't flooded. And if they have flooded, give them as much information as we have readily available for them, so then they can make a decision on if they want to see the house or even submit a contract on that house.
Right, right, because it's very important that even though some of the homes flooded, because of Hurricane Harvey but had never flooded before, that they may not even actually require the insurance coverage for that. So it's extremely important. Now, another thing that we've seen is after Hurricane Harvey, we've seen a lot of homes on the market that are being sold as is, some of them damaged that require work, others that have been repaired thanks to insurance coverages or what have you, and are being sold, but they are disclosing that they have flooded before. So do you feel, Klaus in particular, because you have access to the MLS listings, do you feel like there's a lot more homes coming on the market now than there were before because of the flooding? Do you think people are more motivated to sell because of that?
Yes. There's several factors that come into it, and I think Aaron can talk a little bit about the insurance and the time frame of it, but from the real estate perspective of it, enough time has passed, people have fixed their homes, and now they're back in the market, or the homes were bought cash by investors. Investors spent their own money and a 2 to 3 months repairing the property, and it is now available for it to be on the market. And that's why when Harvey hit, there was a reduction of homes being sold in the Houston market and its surrounding suburbs. And then now, almost a year, because we're coming up to the anniversary of Harvey in a little bit less than a month, our sales have gone up, even with that stigma of Harvey being a big flood. Sales have gone up, and it's because inventory is now being available for the homeowner and
Gotcha.
buyer.
Gotcha. Yeah, we did see the inventory reduction right after Hurricane Harvey for sure. So with that being said, Aaron, as far as the insurance coverages go, I also had a buyer not too long ago that came to me and purchased a house, and in fact it had not flooded before and it was not in a flood zone, but they requested flood insurance. Do you think that that's something that is, it's going to be a fear that just exists in the communities? Are you seeing people asking for flood insurance that have never flooded?
For sure, yeah. There's a lot of clients now. Now that what happened, I mean, a lot of people lost their homes, and they were not in the flood zone. I mean, they were not in the flood zone before. They got flooded after Harvey, Right. So that's just something that we tell our clients, it's even though it's not in a flood zone, you have this preferred pricing. I mean, definitely get it. I mean, it's always something I would definitely recommend. Now, what happened, a lot of clients lost their homes. They don't have a home to this day, So I tell clients, preferred or not, definitely get it.
Yeah.
Even if it's the lowest coverage, get something.
Yeah.
Because you never know.
Now we know for sure some homes obviously require flood insurance depending on what flood zone they're in. Me in particular, I bought my house about 2 years ago, and I was in the 500-year flood zone. So according to my mortgage company, they told me I did not require flood insurance. But when Hurricane Harvey came, I was fearful because at that moment I was like, well, my house didn't require flood insurance, so I don't have it. What if it floods, right? Luckily for me, it didn't flood, but a lot of my surrounding neighbors did. So now for everybody to know, for sure, if your home is in a 100-year flood zone, they will require flood insurance, right, Aaron? Okay. And so flood insurance rates are going to vary depending on the sales price of the home and the location and how often it's flooded and everything. As far as that goes, Klaus, because of this, have you also noticed that homes stay on the market longer, or are they selling pretty well?
You would think they would sell lower and they would last longer, but we're actually getting the reverse. It's a little bit surprising, but we're ready for it. And the reason is that the Houston market is so alive and prospering so much, and we have so many people that are still coming into the city that even with the stigma of it being a flooded home or a flooded area or an area that's in that 100-year floodplain, people still need places to live. And they're willing if they have the correct insurance agent and the correct realtor, take the risk and buy a home that has recently flooded, as long as you have those insurances in place. I would say from my experience, what I've seen locally, the homes have a tendency to sell maybe between 5 to 3% less than the home that hasn't flooded.
Actually, that's not bad.
And it's because, again, there's just so many people coming, business is thriving, employment is up, there's people that are moving into the city, they still need those places to live.
Right, right. And not too long ago, I actually had a buyer who told the agent that she was not concerned if the property had flooded during Hurricane Harvey, because Hurricane Harvey flooded so many places that had never flooded before.
Yeah.
So it's
Yes.
a once in a blue moon type of flood.
Yeah.
So with that being said, thank you guys for joining me today with that. If there are people out there that still are a little bit fearful about buying real estate in Houston due to Hurricane Harvey, we're going to go ahead and put our information down at the bottom. And would you guys be willing to talk to them and kind of give them a little bit of advice and help guide them in the right direction?
Right.
Yes, yes, definitely. If anyone has any questions, concerns about the Houston market, what's going on, there's a lot of information out there. Like Beatriz says, our information will be available for you guys. There's many ways that you guys can get a hold of us, and I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Awesome. Thank you guys very much for joining me today.
Thank you, Beatriz.
Thank you.